Hello, and welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday live on the GSMC Sports Network, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time on the GSMC Sports Network on the YouTube page. So make sure you guys Superman punch that like and subscribe button to this show. Also, make sure you guys keep checking back on some videos. Gonna make some during the week, always on different kind of news topics, all the action inside and outside of the ring. I talk about contract negotiations, superstars, extensions for promotions like AEW, WWE, New Japan Professional Wrestling. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show 1010%. So without further ado, let's go and jump on into it. First and foremost, hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Definitely love hearing from you guys in terms of comments and making sure you guys feel like you guys are a part of the show. So don't be shy. Just drop your thoughts inside that. When it's live, it's drop it inside that chat box. But you watch it on YouTube. Make sure you comment and we can definitely get back to you. Have a nice little back and forth, little banter. Would love to hear absolutely everything and anything you guys have to say. And so welcome to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast. First segment, we're going to talk about some SmackDown coming up tonight. We're also going to talk about WWE NXT. It was the go-home show before Vengeance Day. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Then we're going to talk about The Undertaker. The Undertaker right now is absolutely hot water based on an interview that he had with Bully Ray Dudley on the Busted Open podcast, basically protecting Vince McMahon. Well, I wouldn't really say protecting Vince McMahon. I would just, I would say more or less just kind of making sure people don't really, I think overall, I think his intentions were, I'm not trying to sound like, a bad person or anything, but I think overall his intentions were good. He was just not trying to buy into, what people think about Vince and on the outside with the allegations and the scandals and the sexual, all this kind of stuff pops up. And a lot of people, including myself, I read, I checked out his comments, and I got to be honest, it was a little. The only thing I really got to say, I read a wrestling tabloid that said it was stupid, it was terrible, could definitely jeopardize his legacy in WWE. But being honest, I just think it was a little insensitive. That's all, really. For the victims, people who have been victims of that kind of allegations and stuff like that. And I don't know. We're gonna talk about that. Well, sometimes, to be honest, you get caught with your foot in your mouth once in a while, and I think the Undertaker definitely got caught this time. In our fourth segment, we're going to talk about Samantha Irving. Samantha Irving drops a new single today. Obviously, it is Valentine's Day. Maybe her inspiration was Ricochet. Maybe not. Maybe maybe they have a lovely planned evening. Definitely miss seeing them on WWE. But so far, Ricochet and AEW, storyline's a little, but we'll talk about it then. In our fifth segment, we're going to talk about what do we have for our fifth segment? We're going to talk about Women's Evolution. We're going to talk about the Women's Evolution PLE Part 2. I think there's going to be a new Women's Evolution. I feel like there's so much talent in terms of the women's division on WWE, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, you name it. And a chance for them to go out and showcase, and that this doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be taken off of PLEs like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. I don't think so at all. I feel like they should have a women's pay-per-view every year. We're going to get into that when the time has come. But without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to talk about some WWE SmackDown. Of course, like I said, make sure you guys hit up the comment section. Superman, punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity 1010%. But of course, in terms of talking sports, there's going to be criticisms. There's going to be some disagreements. It's kind of inevitable when you talk sports with friends or, when you talk sports in terms of, media. Absolutely. We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily, checks out the shows, and, supports us. So definitely thank you guys in advance. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's get this party started. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome during our live shows. Love to hear from you guys. And, just want to make sure you guys' voice is part of the mix. You guys are a part of the show. There's no such thing as a no comment or anything. Well, of course, keep it professional. Don't be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that comment section with a nice little thumbs up and a subscribe. So, yeah, let's talk about SmackDown. SmackDown, obviously, tonight. SmackDown tonight, Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. We have Naomi taking on Chelsea Green for the Elimination Chamber qualifying match. I talked about this before on the show, and I'm not trying to diss Naomi at all whatsoever, but I feel like you put Naomi in there, it's going to it's gonna make you a little. I don't want to sound mean. I feel because she's gifted, she's talented, this and that and the other. But this is an elimination chamber match to determine who's going to challenge at WrestleMania. And you think about the WrestleMania card right now. So far, all we have is Jey Uso and Gunther. Yeah, it's pretty good. We've seen it on Saturday night's main event. So I give it so far, and I know it's only one match, and I am totally jumping the gun here. I'll give it a B right now. And they need to start compiling matches, especially, with, I would say there's about 8. I think there's more. There's about 8 episodes of SmackDown, 8 episodes of Raw, 2 more months to WrestleMania, April 19th, night 1, April 20th, night 2. And, I feel like they need a big name. Obviously, I feel like the winner of this Elimination Chamber match is going to take on Tiffany Stratton. I know a lot of people think Charlotte Flair is going to be the one to challenge her. I think not. I think if Charlotte challenges Rhea Ripley, the WWE Women's World Champion, it would definitely be like a main event worthy WrestleMania Night 2 kind of caliber of a match. I think so, 1,010%. Both the women are at the top of their game. Both of them are super successful. They're super dominant. Most importantly, they're super athletic to put on a great show, to put on a great match, to kind of cap off an amazing night. The spectacle that is, that is WrestleMania. I feel like that needs to happen. So, you think about the women in the Elimination Chamber match. I would love to see Alexa Bliss, take on Tiffany Stratton. But right now, she's kind of coming out with her doll, making, little hints here and there that she might or may not be part of the Wyatt Six. So maybe keeping that storyline open, I can see that. That just leaves, perhaps maybe Chelsea Green's going to win, which I feel like she will. I feel like she will win this qualifying match. But actually, I heard that Trish Stratus is, she wants to make an appearance at Elimination Chamber, obviously in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I think that's her hometown. And there's been speculation stating that she will challenge Chelsea Green for the Women's United States Championship. And Chelsea, she's had a decent reign so far. So if she loses it or if she fights somebody at Elimination Chamber, I could be okay with that because once again, news media. When Michelle McCool was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, well, she's going to be in the class of 2025. Chelsea Green kind of laid down the challenge for Lay Cool, obviously Layla, Michelle McCool, Lay Cool, and I see Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, classic WrestleMania match of nostalgia. You have the old timers come in, show that they still got it, show that Michelle McCool is definitely still, that she still got it, and she's going to be a Hall of Famer. So I definitely think 1,010%. That could be the way to go. If Chelsea Green drops the title at Elimination Chamber, that it would be Trish Stratus, and I know nostalgia. I wouldn't, because Trish is still in great shape. She's definitely still in great shape. She could still represent the championship. She could still be a fighting champion, wrestled day in and day out. I guess what I'm afraid of is just young talent kind of falling off. But as of right now, you think about what's happening on SmackDown. Nia Jax is already kind of, she's already kind of consumed in, in a feud with Tiffany Stratton, and I feel like she's gonna maybe feud with Charlotte when WrestleMania is all said and done, because Charlotte Flair, if WWE does it right, and I could be totally wrong, I don't think Charlotte Flair should get a belt. I'm sorry, I just don't think she should. As of right now, I feel like you have to let Rhea. She's on top of the world right now. You kind of let her do her thing. Tiffany Stratton, she's like right there on the cusp. She's like right there on the top. She's she's excelling. WWE wants to make her into a total star. You cannot end this reign of Tiffany time so super quick. So that just leaves, and I feel like maybe it's gonna happen sometime tonight on SmackDown. We have the main event: Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against Nia Jax. I feel like some way, somehow, you're gonna get, you're gonna get Charlotte Flair maybe finding some way to kind of screw over, Nia Jax after everything that Nia said last week, but it's up in the air right now. Like, I feel like Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. It's like I said, I just don't like that she won the Rumble. I feel like you could have had so many different storylines. Overall, I feel like Triple H's decision of letting Charlotte Flair and Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble is, I feel like it was a nice little safe choice. It was a nice little safe choice. You have all these young, talented superstars that are be coming into WWE as of next year. So you kind of have to, monitor that a little bit, but at the same time, you have to kind of leave operations and you got to leave opportunities, most importantly, open so you can slide in a newcomer and they can make a name for themselves. If you have Charlotte Flair standing up on top, challenging for the title over and over and over and over and over again, it could be a little troublesome. Plus, it'd be a nice way for Tiffany Stratton, for Trish Stratus to make it back to WWE. And she said this in an interview, that she wouldn't be totally against being a full-timer at WWE once again. But then, in the interview as well, she also exclaimed that she does not want to take any opportunities away from any of the young superstars. But she said, hey, if they're okay with it, then I would definitely, I'd love to play the part. I'd be part of storylines. Basically, she's saying that if I'm stuck in a storyline where I would have to give up the title, she wouldn't mind it. And basically, she cares about the business, all business, which is actually super, super, super duper cool. Pretty Deadly has earned a tag team title shot by defeating the WWE Tag Team Champions DIY last week. Are they going to get their shot tonight? I don't think so. Tonight we do have Motor City Machine Guns taking on Los Garza. I think Los Garza, and they need to win this match. I think they need to win this match, and I think they will. They definitely will with the help of the Street Profits. You're going to get a Motor City Machine Guns and the Street Profits going at it. But, that's a high-end main event match in itself right there in the tag team division. It sucks that there's not going to be gold on the line. I do like DIY. I do like Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. They're better as a team as opposed to them, being apart. But I don't really see the flair. They're kind of like those, those not enemies. That's not the right word. They're kind of like bullies. They're kind of bullies. They're cocky, saying that they're this and that and the other, the best tag team there is. I think there's got to be a different shot right now. I'm really high on the Street Profits. I got to be honest. I'm a huge Montez Ford kind of guy. I definitely think he's going to be a future WWE champion. But as of right now, you got to give him a shot. And Los Garza, those guys have been, and like with the release of Elektra Lopez, I just hope that Legado del Fantasma they don't follow, Santos Escobar as well as Los Garza. That would suck if they left. I got to be honest. I like, and their tag team matches are exciting to watch. So should be interesting to kind of find out what happens there. But, like I said, still up in the air. Solo Sikoa to return tonight. Obviously, he returned last week by attacking Cody Rhodes. I don't want to see him fight Cody Rhodes anymore. That's something that I feel like they kind of set Solo Sikoa up to fail. I do. I feel like that 1,010%. He wanted to, or according to the storyline, he was like this. They needed a tribal chief. They needed somebody to assume the role as with the Ulafala, and he was like, you know what, screw it. And then he looked exactly like what the storyline was trying to perpetuate. He's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. He's still young. Maybe one day he will be ready. Maybe that's overall what they were trying to do. But they put him against Cody Rhodes super quick. Tried to get him to fight Roman Reigns right off the bat. And, all due respect with the storyline heading into WWE Survivor Series, I definitely understand why they did that. Because, we got to see the original Bloodline come back together. That's completely badass. We all got what we wanted. And I don't know. I feel like Solo Sikoa's career is a little suffering. I want to see him come back absolutely, ready to tear it down. I want to see him win matches. There's been speculation stating that maybe he found his way out of the Bloodline. Right now, Jakob Fatu and Tama Tonga are kind of doing their own thing. And to be brutally honest, if they come back together, I feel like the storyline of the new Young Bloodline would kind of be a little stale. I feel like if he does decide to just opt in, they decide to go after LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. I don't know why I feel like that's a devalue of Solo Sikoa, because I feel like they wanted to make him into like a main eventer kind of thing. But then again, I'm not trying to devalue the United States Championship. I know overall it is a mid card belt, and Shinsuke Nakamura being the champion so far, it's been a good reign. It's been a decent reign. He doesn't have that pop that the LA Knight does. If Solo Sikoa has a title, and if he was the United States Championship, I feel like that would kind of solidify himself as a competitor on the SmackDown roster. So maybe that wouldn't be such a bad idea. But for me, I feel like that'd be kind of like like a desperate choice. You know what I mean? Like I said, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm too attached to this. Maybe I'm staring at this little piece, super duper. In thorough analysis, maybe sometimes I got to take a step back to see the overall bigger picture. But I don't know. I just need something needs to happen at WrestleMania for Solo Sikoa, and maybe the United States Championship is the answer. Who knows? Maybe not. All right, we have Damien Priest against Braun Strowman against Jakob Fatu in an Elimination Chamber qualifier. Strowman, Fatu, they're going to go at it. They're going to completely beat the hell out of each other. I feel like this is going to be a nice way for Damien Priest to assert himself inside the Elimination Chamber match. And, he came to SmackDown. He had that little backstage run-in with Cody Rhodes, said, "I'll see you soon." So right now he is on the mind of Cody Rhodes. He's on the mind of the WWE Universe of being a future champion. He's young. I feel like overall he's better as a babyface than he was a heel on the Judgment Day. As the World Heavyweight Champion, he was decent. A lot of people claim that he was a transitional champion, because CM Punk got hurt, Drew McIntyre got hurt, Seth Rollins got hurt around the WrestleMania season. So they're like, all right, Damien Priest cash in, bam, it's like a get out of jail free card. He runs Monday Night Raw with the Judgment Day. You have the Judgment Day betrayal, and then that is the end of Damien Priest's title reign. And then that's the reign of Gunther. They're like, hey, let's give Gunther give him a shot. But I feel like Damien Priest is going to win this match. What I do definitely want to see is I want to see Braun Strowman and Jakob Fatu both get established storylines after tonight. Because right now Strowman's kind of floating around. Fatu keeps, he's dropping promos backstage and in the ring. And he keeps losing to Jey Uso on separate occasions and Cody Rhodes on separate occasions. So what I want to see is after the match, I want to see Braun Strowman getting beat the holy hell out of from Jakob Fatu, Tama Tonga, maybe Solo Sikoa, and then I want to see the Wyatt Six come back. I feel like this would be an amazing way for Eric Rowan to come back to save his old friend, and then Eric Rowan starts getting beat down, and then the lights turn out, and then you see Uncle Howdy, then you see Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. And then now you get like a nice little 4-on-4 match at WrestleMania. That'd be pretty badass. Obviously, I feel like not 4-on-4. That would technically be 5. Am I tripping? I think I am tripping. Yeah, no, that'd be 5, or they would choose somebody else, and it'd be Tama Tonga, Solo Sikoa, and Jakob Fatu taking on probably Bo Dallas, Braun Strowman, and Eric Rowan. That'd be a nice little dream match for Bo Dallas as well, obviously going with his brother's old running mates in Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman. So I feel like that'd be pretty cool. But obviously that's what I want to see. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I hope it does. But so you can't always get what you want. All right, our next segment, we're going to talk about WWE NXT. It's the go-home show before Vengeance Day. We're going to talk about that. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice-cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So, hey, do not go anywhere.